So I actually was appointed to the Poet Laureate position in April of 2017 by Mayor Sylvester Turner, and I'll hold the position until April of 2019. And so it's a great program that's run by the Houston Public Library and the City of Houston, where I'm able to kind of create community workshops and a project that will span over kind of telling a little bit about Houston and about its story.
Awesome. So, how did this come about? I know there's an application process,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you were selected out of I don't know how many candidates.
So we submit a proposal of writing, a proposal for a community project, and then we go through a panel interview, and then two names are kind of presented to the mayor, and the mayor makes the final decision.
See, I know you're also an executive director of a nonprofit.
Yeah.
What you do with your music is also so inspiring to young people, but also a legacy of teaching young people about how important it is to read and to explore your passions and to go down your creative road if you have any talents in that area.
Absolutely. So when I developed VIP Arts Houston, it was because I wanted to make sure that the work that I was doing wasn't in a silo, right? I wanted to be able to develop young artists. I wanted to be able to provide mentorship possibilities. And I also wanted to see where the bridge of narrative takes you, right? Every art piece has its own story. And so kind of the idea of thinking about, with a photo, a freelance photography, I play classical piano. And so thinking about how does poetry connect to all of those worlds, and how does story, find its way into all of the ways that we tell and produce the things that we've been through in our experiences. And so I hope that people will plug into VIP Slam, Houston VIP Slam, and find their place to tell their story, to have their experiences, and to be able to share them with the world.
I know you were featured with the City of Houston's hip hop literacy program. I know it had to be completely surreal to be on stage with Slick Rick.
Absolutely.
But tell me about that program being in the City of Houston and also any other literacy implications for that nationwide or worldwide, since Slick Rick is known everywhere.
Absolutely. So the Hip Hop for Literacy program is one done by the Houston Public Library once a year. So last year they actually had Trey the Truth and Raheem Devon. This year Slick Rick honored us with his presence and kind of came in and spoke about his process and creative process as an artist, spoke about kind of what he puts into the work, what he hopes to get out of the work. And so it was really great to just see young artists. We had a lot of young MCs there that were able to ask questions and kind of do a Q&A and get some more insight on kind of the business and, the business of making yourself such an icon, right? And so it was definitely beautiful to be in that space. And I think that the people who were able to really glean information from it and plug into programs like Hip Hop for Literacy are able to be more impactful on that large, wide scale, worldwide view.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me how you came about in creating this talk and why it was important for you to demystify the myth of a superwoman to achieve balance for us, because I know I'm a mom.
Yeah.
And you're a mom as well.
Yep. Yeah. So for me, when I sat down and kind of thought about doing the TED Talk, I tried to think of, given kind of this space, what am I going to do with it that's going to be long lasting and impactful? And just kind of looking over my life and seeing that instead of people praising and seeing the struggle in my accomplishments, it's always been, oh, she must be an exception to the rule, right? She must be this superhero that can manage everything, but on a real level, day to day, that's not a realistic goal, which I don't necessarily agree with, right? I think that we all have our ways to be successful, and that they may look very, very different, wildly different from one person to the next. Is it time, which I think it is, to take the cape off of Superwoman, to start to praise the complexity of a woman without looking at the impossibility that ambition has, right? Isn't it time for us to just embrace ourselves wholly? To think about the fact that a woman who holds multiple projects is successful in the same way a woman who focuses on the excellence of simplicity is. Neither better or worse, both just successful in different ways. So for us, I wanted to make sure that I took time to praise that. And in crafting this poem, I thought of it as the poem that I wanted to hear myself say, not necessarily the truth. And I feel like sometimes as artists, we need that, right? We need to say things until they become truthful. We kind of need to be the proclaimers of the things that we want to happen and the change we want to see. And so I hope that as you listen to this poem, you consider the things and the change that we want to see around us and the ways that we want to go about redefining femininity, strength, and success. After sickness had its way with me, stripped me of 80 pounds over 4 months, left Crohn's disease in my gut like a famished tapeworm. After my body learned dual rejection, the inflammation of weight gain, the excommunication of my entrails from the chapel of myself, after 8 years of cringing, bracing myself for when the next episode would twist my truths into a bloody, bloated mess. A toilet too far away, a soiled sheet hidden from my lover's eyes. I'm beginning to give...
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Anytime.
Urban247 Lifestyle Brand. And we look forward to seeing more wonderful work from you.
I hope so.
And tell them your website.
Absolutely. So you can find me at www.livelifedeep.com. And for Houston VIP Arts, it's vipartshouston.org.